DHS wouldn't confirm any ongoing operations, but a spokesperson did give us a statement. They said, quote, "It's closing time."
Closing time. America, DHS's official response to 16 years of temporary finally ending was compared to the last call at the bar. You don't gotta go home, but you gotta get out of here. That's not a policy statement. That is a bouncer with a badge.
This is really humiliating, but sometimes you don't have a choice, and it's a catch-22. And when you are in a catch-22, if you realize most of the people, they agree to have the ankle bracelet. In terms of humanity, this is really, really bad.
What is up, guys? Tyson DeLaCruz here. Thank you so much for rocking with me. TPS, Temporary Protective Status for Haitians, existed since 2010, 16 years of renewals. The word temporary got renewed so many times, it's basically a lifetime achievement award. Now that it's actually ending here, you guys, people who've been here for over a decade are being handed a choice. So you can stay here, but you got to wear an ankle monitor while your case is being processed, or you can self-deport. You can self-deport with a little over $2,000 in your pocket and a plane ticket home. Just hold on, we're going home.
Just hold on, we're going home.
Haiti had TPS since 2010, so going on almost 16 years, where each administration just kept extending. And
now, you guys, I do real estate, and if I let a tenant stay 16 years past their lease under a program that's called temporary housing assistance, and then act shocked when the lease finally gets enforced, my business partners, my lenders would commit me to the insane asylum. 16 years, my friends. 16 years is not temporary. It's complicated. It's temporary. 16 years. It's a mortgage. Here's where the entitlement really kicks into gear. And it's not even subtle here. Watch what happened when an immigration attorney explained the self-deportation offer on national television.
If you leave the country in general, you are barred from coming back for 10 years. And that's the part that the secretary does not mention. People who self-deport generally have to commit to not coming back for 10 years. The entire purpose of TPS was to prevent people from suffering immediate physical harm, and that's what these folks will be facing if they have to go back to Haiti for whatever reason. So the secretary is saying, go back to Haiti where it's incredibly dangerous, and then apply for these statuses that aren't even real options for them as a practical matter.
A free flight and over $2,000 in your paquito, described as not a real option. I want you to sit with that, you guys, for a minute. Not a real option. Somewhere in Springfield, Ohio, there's a guy working a double shift at a warehouse that would take that offer in about 4 seconds flat if the government mailed him a check and a plane ticket. But apparently, if it's framed as leaving instead of framed as a gift, the entire tone changes to tragedy.
I showed all of the receipts for the adjustment of status, the I-130 that's pending, and the asylum case as well that's also pending. But at the end, they said they had to detain him. They did.
And within days of moments like that hitting the news cycle, watch what actually shows up here, you guys. No lawyers filing emergency motions. Not a single organized legal defense fund. A parade with the hymn sheet. Let my Haitians go. Let my Haitians go.
No hate. No fear. Immigrants are welcome here. No hate. Oh, my dear ones, here come my dear ones.
A closing hymn at an ICE field office. Matching signs, of course, printed lyrics, the whole coordinated set list here. That's not grief. That is a production with a run of show. Somewhere in the United States, a nonprofit social media manager watched the footage and felt the entire quarter's content calendar solved itself on that spot. The community didn't organize a legal strategy. It organized the concert. And here's the part that ties it all back into what we already covered. This is not grassroots outrage discovering a new injustice here. This is the exact same national media circuit running the exact same talking points. And you already watched me break it down last week in our video talking about the TPS situation ending. If you want to check out that full video, I'll place it somewhere on the screen here. I'll also pop it in down below in the description. You can check it out after this video because everything that we talked about is happening. People are shocked, absolutely shocked and appalled that the word temporary actually means temporary.
Donald Trump and JD Vance, when they were running in 2024, they built a huge part of their campaign on demonizing Haitians, specifically in Springfield, with the whole eating pets lie.
In Springfield, they're eating the dogs, they're eating the cats. Eat the cat, eat the cat.
And that machinery, like the machinery is basically catching up to that rhetoric, right? ICE just logged its biggest arrest month ever, 51,000 people in July. And the coverage openly frames it as a plan to surge arrests of Haitian migrants. It's really an industrial scale operation to round people up with this kind of racist story built into its foundation. So I guess, you know, how do you connect the scapegoating we heard on the campaign trail to what's now being done to the Haitian community at this scale?
I mean, the Haitian community has faced lies of propaganda from the beginning as well. That's how the revolution was able to be looked at as a catastrophe to the white ruling class of the world. But then it didn't just start with 2024. We can't forget what Trump did in 2018, where he said that Haiti is a shithole nation as well as other nations in Africa and should be treated as such. And so they're going along with the playbook that they've always used. In fact, Haitians don't expect anything less, no matter who's in power.
Discussing a policy that directly generates that same organization's entire reason for existing. If TPS quietly stayed temporary and everybody adjusted status the normal way over 16 years, like the law actually intended, half of those advocacy groups would need to find a genuinely different cause to raise money around. Here's how the actual machine runs, you guys. A federal program gets labeled as temporary. Then they extend it so many times, the label stops meaning actually anything. And when the label finally gets enforced as written, the reaction isn't acceptance of the deal that was always temporary. It's full mobilization, hymn sheets and all, timed perfectly for whatever the news cycle needs to fill in that week. The reaction becomes the exact raw material that advocacy organizations need to stay funded, what they need to stay relevant and stay booked on cable news panels with their logos in the bottom third. Nobody in that entire chain benefits from TPS ever being what it says that the label is. Not the advocacy groups who need a crisis, not the media who need a guest panel. The only people who actually needed temporary to mean temporary were the 16 years worth of taxpayers footing the bill for a program that forgot its own expiration date on purpose. Here's what all of this cost you. Under the prior administration alone, DHS logged close to, get this is going to blow your mind, 500,000 total encounters with Haitian nationals. Let my Haitians go.
I would draw the attention of our viewers to that bottom line number. Total encounters of Haitians under the Biden administration, almost 500,000.
Every single case in that pile requires court processing, legal aid funding, and now apparently an ankle monitor supply chain robust enough to outfit the entire population of Haiti people living here in the United States. None of it is free. Somebody's paying the cost for those cases that could have been resolved 16 years ago, back when the word temporary had a little dignity in it. America, they spent 16 years calling it temporary. When it actually became temporary, the response from the community wasn't paperwork. It was a hymn sheet outside a federal building. An advocacy group put their logo on national panel to explain the crisis that keeps the same group employed. A closing hymn got performed outside a federal office like it was a sold-out Ed Sheeran tour. You don't get 16 years of renewals, then act betrayed when the calendar finally does its job. Let me know what you think about this. Drop it down in the comments section down below. Smash the like button if you kindly would. Share, subscribe, and as always, guys, I'll catch you on the next one.